Summer is fast approaching, and I think it's time we took a little bit of stress out of our lives, isn't it? With HelloFresh UK, you can get all the ingredients and inspiration you need to make your meal times and your cooking experience simpler than ever. HelloFresh provides a number of recipes and meals to make your life as easy as possible, and also caters to a wide range of different dietary requirements. Use my special discount to get 50% off your first order plus 35% off the next three, and 3 free gifts as well. What more could you ask for? Check out the discount link or the checkout code down in the description below. Well, if episodes were predicted on paper, I think you'd call this one pretty tricky at best. We faced the superior rivals of a side that put us out in the Europa Conference last season, and we also have no more transfer news. We'd expect that to come later in the window, and even the last tie, we only just scraped through. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 104 of Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We are back today in the Europa League third qualifying round to face Slavia Prague of the Czech Republic. And we've also got to try and get moving in a transfer window because at the moment it is so frustrating. We have got some good news from the rest of the nation though, as all 4 sides are still in Europe. But you can see from the top right of the screen that for us, that's only just. So a little bit of a scare there, more home troubles in our qualifiers. If you want to find out what's going on and you want to see if we can get a big shock today in Europa League qualifying, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. But let's get straight on with Europa League qualifying, because if you were with me last time after seeing that 1-0 away win in Finland, you would have probably thought, yeah, he's going to breeze through the second leg. In fact, I think I said we would. Oh, it didn't work out that way. It was a 0-0 draw. Was a record low attendance for qualifying for us in Europe, which is awful. And we only just scraped it. They had a couple of very good chances and we were in the ascendancy for most of the game. But again, a lack of creativity, a lack of goals. And at the back, we've still got those ropey moments. So I'm not entirely confident based on that. Of course, if we get through against Slavia, we should have the long game move. But it is still a tricky start to the league season. So for now, let's have a look at what the other Northern Irish sides did, and then go and get straight into our one. Lamar, of course, 2-1 down after theirs, and Coleraine had won 1-0. Well, Coleraine snuck through on penalties. They're playing their home games in the Republic of Ireland because of a lack of familiar stadiums here that meet the criteria. And then we've got Larne, who were 2-1 down after the first leg, who came back. They won 4-2 in the second and got through 5-4 on aggregate. You can see Linfield at the bottom of the screen there. They're playing Sarajevo of Bosnia. And we know in this save from managing Northern Ireland that Bosnia is not so strong. If we go down to the Europa Conference League, the 2 teams that are left, Dinamo Tbilisi are the opponents for Coleraine. And I can't actually remember who Larne had. Oh yeah, it was the All-Ireland game. They're playing St Pat's Athletic. That could be a pretty tasty one. Let's go and get through to the tactical meeting though. 5 changes recommended, not sure we're going to make them. The man to close down is Ivan Hubschman, which will do. We know how strong Sparta Prague were. And these guys were in a stronger competition, so they must be a pretty good team. As CR11 for today, it is exactly what you would expect. And I think it's the same 11 we put out in a second leg. You know that Archie Whitehall got injured in the first leg last time. That was on camera. He's still out at the minute. Might just make the bench for the second leg. But the 11 that we can manage to put out today is pretty strong. It's about as strong as we can be. It's Neil Kane in goal. Gavin Reid and Jamie Williams the fullbacks. Everyone's actually fit this time as well. Goss and McKenzie are centre-half. We've got Daly, Lennon and Griffiths the midfield 3. Lennon dropping into Whitehall's role. Griffiths playing further forward. Then we've got Puarte and Parry out wide. I've still not been able to get that Welsh right winger in. Morris Simpson is the man through the middle. Missed a few big chances in the second leg of this one. Let's hope he's not hitting poor form again. We really need him to be at his best. Well, here we go. No manager for Slavia Prague at the moment, but a few good real players, including Hubschman in the middle, and loads of substitutes this time. 9, I think they've got in total. We'd have 10 if we were just playing senior players there. So let's go and get through and say there's no pressure on you today. Williams is demotivated. He wants out, as we know. But we've got to try and get through this summer. If we go out in this tie, we know we're going to the Europa Conference League last qualifying round. If we get through the playoff there, we've got group stage football again. I've no idea whether we'd be seeded in that or not. So as the Europa League music plays, It is pretty imperative we try and get through in this tie. It's also the last one before we have to start juggling 2 games a week when the league season starts. But for now, there is one priority. Keep this respectable, stay in the tie, and we've got to try and find a way to win at home. That might be the trickier bit here. Let's go and get through the lineups. It looks beautiful, the scenery, and great to play in front of loads of fans again. Surely at home in this tie, we'll get more fans through the door. Linfield have got home ties as well, so not sure where we'll be playing ours. With 5 minutes gone, here's a Slavia Prague corner. We drop to balanced immediately. Not made a big difference yet. They're still on top. Oh, it's a great header. Did you see that from Rory Lennon? Off the line diving header. I have never seen that animation before. It's brilliant. Wonderful defending. He's earned his wage for that one in my book. And that is one of the best moments I've seen in FM. Great diving header off the line. As Goss gives it to Griffiths and Daly. Releasing Murray Simpson down the left. The only hope we've got here really is Slavia Prague being arrogant or well below par as Gavin Reid goes for a thunderbolt. Or we could do our right back putting one in from 35 yards. Wasn't far off. Linfield still 0-0. This game though, it's been pretty even so far. We've restricted them to not much. I think you would call their one a clear-cut chance because it was a last-ditch diving header to clear it. And they are definitely having more of the territory, but it's not complete dominance. I say that as they go in one-on-one. Good save from Kane. The rebound's in. Thankfully, the offside flag is up. It stays 0-0. We're living a bit dangerously. And they're getting a lot of set pieces, which I'm worried about. That one's just over the bar again. We've survived the first quarter just. I think there's a sign that maybe there's a goal coming for Slavia. And now it's our corner. Hang on a minute. Lennon in. Mackenzie's up. Away to the edge of the box. Parry back in. It's hoof clear. Only as far as Reid. He gets it wide to the left for Lennon, who's still out there from taking it. Great ball in for Simpson. It was tight on the offside. Oh, it's not given. 1-0 to Lisburn Distillery. A complete smash and grab on the run of play. And it's just a brilliant floated ball in from Lennon. He saved us a goal at one end with that stunning diving header on the line. He set up one with a brilliant cross. And Simpson flicks it into the corner. It's a brilliant header from the striker. And that's what we didn't have when we had Muckle Hatton last year. When we've had other players, even Dermot Lafferty, our backup now. We've never had a striker who can do that bit of the game too. And that is a big difference maker in games like this. Maybe it's why we're better away from home. As Goss gets the ball to Mackenzie. Back to him again. Do not give the ball away. It peters out. But for Slavia, dominating the game. Not much territory. Oh, sorry, lots of territory, but not much in terms of clear-cut chances. Only one shot on target. Make that 2. Right on cue. And Kaltak scores the equaliser. 1-1 with half an hour gone. And now the Czech side will probably get on top. Just over 5 minutes to half time here as Lisburn Distillery very much on the back foot, but these lads are fighting hard. And we've got to accept at this stage as Neil Kay makes a fantastic save up to his left. I couldn't find the right word for it. We've got to accept that we're not as good as Slavia Prague at the moment. And we're going to take probably till the end of the summer to get 2 or 3 upgrades. And for the next few years, while we're in these early qualifiers, that is going to be part of the frustration. But we're in a better shape than last year. We've got a striker this time. We've got the lone players in already. It's just whether we can hold them out. Because we know at home we're unlikely to win. So what can we do here is it's into the back post. Good header from Goss. Novi puts it back in again. Good header Mackenzie this time. Williams can't get to his man though. It's back again to the edge. Through to Klima. It's just wide. I think we're getting towards onslaught stage now. 5 to the break. We need the half-time whistle. Slavia have had twice the amount of shots. But at the moment, we are surviving. It is 1-1 at the break. A smash and grab header gave us the lead, but it did not last long. Let's ask the lads to keep it up. It's the best we could hope for in this sort of game. And fingers crossed in the second half, we hold on and stay in this tie. Any result other than a defeat, don't forget, and we still boost our overall coefficient. Well, as we reach the hour mark, it's good news in the other tie. Williams putting a cross in for us. Might be good news here. Lennon brings it down for Griffiths. Back to Gavin Reid. What's happened to him today? He's just shooting from everywhere, and that one's gone in. He scored 1 goal, I think, last season, which was pretty good. And he scored an absolute rocket in this one. His long shot rating is not great. He's not the worst finisher for a defender. But we are 2-1 up. I was about to tell you. You can see it on screen now. Linfield are 2-0 up against Sarajevo. Have a quick look in the Conference League. Not sure I can see the scores there as the ticker's broken. With 65 minutes gone, let's go and make some changes because we want to try and stay in this one. If we can get the lead, it could be a very famous result. We've got a complacent Williams at left back. On will come Curtis Bell. On the right wing, Puarte's had a bit of a stinker. Not sure I want to change the shape this time, so we're going to stick with Jaffet and Pardy. And those two will be the only ones for now. 20 minutes remaining. 2-1 up at Slavia Prague. One of our best results of the save if we pull this off. As Mackenzie's up at the back post, we're starting to look more confident. Maybe they're coming out to play and we're finding gaps now. We are a naturally good counter-attacking team. As Reed wins a header for Mackenzie. Headed away again. Now they've got the counter. And this is the problem because we've not got the best side defensively. We know where our frailties are. And Klima comes down the left. He's been a threat all day. Back to halfway line. They've got time on the ball again, but they're playing down this left-hand side. Reed's on a yellow. He's got to be careful. And Pardy, the sub, still warming up. It's a great ball in. And it's another brilliant save from Neil Kane. He is on the verge of producing a man-of-the-match performance here. And when you come to places like this with the squad we've got, you need your goalkeeper in top form. And so far, ours has been very much that. Ben Parry is going to be replaced by Varma. Last 15 minutes now. Daly off for Tom Robinson. It is 4 changes made. We'll save 1 in case because we've seen that go wrong before. You can look at the stats there. This is the ultimate smash and grab. Their expected goals is over 2. Ours is about 0.6. They've had twice the amount of shots, more on target. We're about 50-50 for possession. I mean, the only stat we're really winning is goals scored at the minute. But that's the way it's going to stay. I'm happy with it. The Simpson flicks on. He's going to have to chase his own ball. There is no one back there helping him. And there's no one getting in the opposition half. We'll make our last sub in a moment. As here they come with Kaltak. Back to his centre half. They're working forward again. They've got so much space. They've got so much more energy. I'm definitely cancelling that testimonial on Saturday. Sorry to whichever reserve it was. Ball across the box. It's in for 2-2. Last-ditch equaliser for Slavia Prague. And with it, I think our hopes of getting through are gone. I'm going to make a change in midfield because Lennon is knackered. Who can we bring on for him? I genuinely don't think there's anyone who can do it. I might have to go for David Aitken, the youngster, will come on. We'll drop Morgan Griffiths into the Mazzala role. It's a great experience for Aitken, albeit for a couple of minutes. And for now, it's still a very great result. But it's probably not a result that can get us through unless Morgan Griffiths. Oh my word, that is stunning. What a man. First goal of the season. Only playing from the start because Whitehall is injured. Out of position officially at the moment. And he has put in the 95th minute, a free kick from a ridiculous angle to the top corner. It wasn't one of those classic FM, oh, we always put loads of free kicks in, they're nowhere near the corner. That was postage stamp stuff. Morgan Griffiths, take a bow. And referee, blow your bloody full-time whistle, will you? They come forward with Chavlovsky. Do not let them equalise. No, 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 no. He must have been off, referee. Get that flag up. You good boy. I appreciate that. 3-2 it remains. What a finish to the game. And I tell you what, when this is finished, we are going straight back to watch that free kick. Morgan Griffiths, you absolute legend. As Kane gets the ball out to Goss. There it is. A 3-2 famous victory for Lisburn Distillery. Let's watch this one again. 94th minute. Oh, in off the post. Absolute magic, Morgan Griffiths. Let's get ahead to next Thursday. We'll have a quick look at how the other teams have got on. And then we've got to try and back this up. We get a draw at home this time. I'll be delighted. Well, I tell you what, it's a very good night for the Northern Irish sides again. Linfield got a third. They should be home and dry now in that tie. Larne won away in the Republic of Ireland by 2-1. And Coleraine lost 3-2 in Georgia. They're still in the tie. We didn't expect them to get this far. Interesting to note the Europa Conference this year. The final is in a new stadium in Wales, a 51,000 capacity. Would it be nice to get there and play in the UK? Well, we're back for the second leg, and things are about to get trickier in this save. Still no transfer news at the moment, and we did mention some of that earlier news. A young left-back coming in, well, he might be about to be first choice, because Jamie Williams has had his minimum fee release triggered by 2 clubs. 350 grand, and most importantly, one of the few players who was going to become homegrown at the club is now going to be leaving us for what is a fairly small fee now that we're getting regular group stage football. We'll see if he goes, if we can get him back on loan, because that might be important too. But for now, let's go and get into the second leg. Thankfully, he hasn't left yet. And now we've got to get through. We've got to try our best with a goal advantage. And if we win this tie, even if it's just a draw on the night, we know then we are guaranteed group stage football in something. They're playing a bit more aggressively with a number 10. So let's go and make our changes, get the same man closed down. We'll be back in a minute to run through the team which I imagine will be exactly the same 11. Well, some good news at the start of our team selection, which is Archie Whitehall is back and on the bench, not really fit, but he's there to make up the numbers. He's also alongside Jamie Williams, who I have put on the bench today in place of Curtis Bell. I need players in with good morale. I feel like I might need the extra height at the back post. We mentioned it before with Bell. He's got leadership, he's got determination. It might just be the right game for him. But either way, if Jamie Williams is negotiating which Premier League or Championship club he's going to, there's no point me playing him in a massive Europa League tie. You want out, you don't want European football, well, get on the bench and enjoy it. Let's go and get into our game. We know Curtis Bell is the only change. The rest of the team is the same. Morgan Griffiths continues in the number 10 role. And will that free kick he scored in the last minute of the first leg yet be a decisive moment? Let's have a look as we head through the teams. Again, 9 subs for Slavia Prague. Still no manager in for them this summer. We've got a few players inspired, pleased, motivated, whatever else. So let's get into the first half. Let's get that music playing again. We're not going to dwell on it too much this time, but a better home attendance and a few away fans in as well. Something we didn't have in the last tie against the Finnish side. Let's get through to the lineups. Let's get through to the first half. Always get that lovely view of Windsor Park, don't we? And we've still got the music playing. I thought if you skipped it quick enough, you didn't have to put up with it. I'm just seeing if at the same time I can get the Europa League scores up here as well. Sorry, the Europa Conference League. Larne playing at home, Coleraine at home. Remember, Larne a goal up, Coleraine a goal down, and Linfield a 3 up. They should be safe. Let's go and get through to it, see how we get on. 5 minutes played, still got the background music. They should just play it through the whole game, shouldn't they? Linfield still 0-0. Coleraine also 1 down. We might be losing the team we expected in this tie. As Griffiths puts a free kick in, Goss is up. Just over the bar. Been a pretty even game so far. No shots on target. We're dominating the ball. We're keeping it well. Linfield and Larne both still 0-0. Both going through as it stands. Larne have just picked up a key injury though. At half-time here, you know what? I've glossed over it looking at everyone else's. It's a very good half for us. No shots on target against. A very comfortable display. And we've had less threat on our goal than we did against the Finnish side, which is remarkable given the level of opposition. So let's go and get into the second period. It's Slavia on the ball immediately. And I might live to regret those famous last words at half-time. We look comfortable. Not anymore as Ulrich brings it forward. Has support for Slavia. They've got 4 or 5 up. Kaltak scored in the first leg. And it has deflected over the goalkeeper in. Mackenzie did his best. He did well to block the shot. But it somehow ends up in the back of the net. 1-0 to Slavia Prague on the night. And 3-3 on aggregate. Well, 20 minutes to go, and it is not a good night for Northern Ireland so far. Larne have now gone 1 down as well. They have been pegged back to level on aggregate like us. For us, let's go and make some changes. Who on earth can we bring on? I'm going to go for Morgan Griffiths off. Harry moving in number 10 with Varma coming on the left wing. Lafferty will go on the right as an inverted winger just to try and get an extra person into that box. And hopefully, maybe actually as an inside forward. We'll see if that makes a difference instead. He has got the ability, he can get in behind. Hopefully, it gives us a bit more impetus. Let's go and get into it with 20 to go. We need a goal and Larne need a goal too. Larne's is more important because we stay in Europe even if we lose this tie. We just go into the Conference League. Larne would drop out altogether for the 2nd year in a row. As Reed gives the ball to Mackenzie on the right. Plenty of space to run into. Chips over the top. Missed header by the defender. Oh, and Parry has put it wide. We are not going to get a better chance than that tonight. And Ben Parry, he's not often played in that 10 role. And it might have just cost us. We're going to bring back Archie Whitehall, I think. Is he fit enough, really? I might do both of them. They're both knackered in centre mid, so we'll go Archie Whitehall and Tom Robinson. Gavin Reed at right back is screwed as well, but I've got no one to bring on. I'm going to do it. It's a bold one. Curtis Bell off, Jamie Williams on. Bring back the first choice left back at our peril. Let's see if he can deliver one final moment. If he scores in this one, I'll let him go happily. He's put in the corner and he might get the assist. Onto the back post, Whitehall's missed it. 1 yard out, it looks easier to score. And somehow, after those 2 chances, it is still level. And we're going to extra time. And that is going to be an even bigger problem because there is no way we have got the physical advantage here. Harry and Simpson are both knackered. The only attacking changes I've got left are Mpardi and Aitken. At the back, I could take Reed off for Bobby Harvey, but that ain't improving the team, is it? I'm going to take Parry off for Aitken. I know it's a bold move, but he's our youngster. He knows what it means to play for the club. He's got a very professional personality now after being in the mentoring groups, and he scored 2 goals in the testimonial, which might just give him confidence. Lana 2-1 down against St Pat's, so they're in extra time as well. 3-3 on aggregate there too, and we're coming down the left with Robinson and Williams. Back to Goss, gets it to Whitehall. I mean, this result in itself is a sign of progress, but we need more as Lafferty's in, down the right-hand side, cuts it back to Reed, across the box for Varma, and that is a big goal. Reed provides the assist this time. He's popped up with some big moments in this tie, and one of the substitutes, Brian Varma, is the man to get us ahead on aggregate. We're going to drop to balanced again now we've got that. We just need Larn to get a result in there. It's 15 minutes to go, and we hold on. It's 3-2 there now. They're level on aggregate of 4-4. Linfield have got through comfortably. Coleraine have gone out, and we are holding on for dear life with Williams heading it away. Hiskey shots blocked. Deal with it, Neil Kane. He does indeed. We have got 2.5 minutes to go, and the time wasting is about to get a proper run out. Here is Neil Kane taking his time. Big ball over towards Simpson. Loses out in the air, but Robinson's there. Simpson loses it again. I've never seen him as the striker get so knackered in a game. Through ball is blocked by Williams to Robinson. Back to Goss again and McKenzie. To be fair to him, Williams might have made a special last contribution here as Reed gets down the right to Lafferty. Oh, another goal here would be lovely. Cuts inside too. Brilliant run. Brilliant strike. Just wide. Oh, I thought he'd done something magical there. Let's get the fullbacks onto a defensive duty. Let's get the time wasting on all the time. And let's slow the pace down when we get it in goal. There is no need for us to rush for another one here. We're not going to completely park the bus. I'm not going to be pushing with the same intensity. We've dominated the game. We deserve to get through in this game. But let's be fair, Slavia Prague dominated the other one. It's 1-1 after 120 minutes. I'm not sure what state we'll be in for the first league game. But let's go and find out who we're facing in the next round. Because crucially, for the second year in a row, it will be group stage football with Distillery. The next tie decides whether it's the Europa League or the Europa Conference. Well, our opponents will be a side that we know very well from our Viborg save last year over in Denmark. You can find that one in the eye above. We are facing AAB of the Danish League. Very similar opposition. And as you saw, Slavia dominated the home leg. We dominated our home leg. These ties can go either way. It just depends on the night. The Europa League playoff will see Linfield feature as well. They face Sparta Prague, who knocked us out of the Conference League last year. But either way, Linfield will have group stage football too. That is 2 sides guaranteed. But what happened to Larn? They got through, and they're facing Kairat of Kazakhstan, which on paper should be a winnable game with respect. They edged through on penalties against St Pat's, and they should have European group stage football. Coleraine are out, we know they went out on the night. But to be fair, if we can get 3 sides in the group stages, even if it's all in the Europa Conference, that would be one hell of an achievement. For us though, we have got a lot of work to do now. We're about to lose our first choice left back. We're about to start juggling 2 games a week, and us and Larn go head to head on Monday before the first leg of the Europa League playoff. So do you know what? Let's make it very simple. We're just going to show those 2 games. I know you're seeing a lot of the early part of the season, but that's one of the biggest games in the league, and that is going to be a crucial first leg in the Europa League playoff. We know we basically draw every home qualifier, so the away leg's the one we've got to show. We also need to do plenty in the transfer window, so we'll see if we can get that done. Let me know in the comments if you think this squad is strong enough. Surely it's not with the only additions we've got so far. We're going to have to add a few more. In late August, with European group stage football again, are we going to have the clout to do it financially? Let me know if I should push out the wage boat now, or should I stick to players that are actually worth what we're paying? Let me know your thoughts on that. If you enjoyed it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM23 content from 2 long-term stories. We'll be back with a head coach tomorrow. Always a big one, an announcement for a major tournament. You have got to stick along for something special there. Hopefully we'll avoid dramatic failure in that save. We'll be back here in a couple of days' time, but in the meantime, the Twitch channel, the football podcast, and the sponsors are up in the eye above. Thank you to both HelloFresh UK and NordVPN. Check out the links in the description below. And I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time for a big European decider against AAB. Can we win it? See you next time to find out.